Hey everybody, what's going on? Barrow here, back inside of Borderlands 2 to talk to you all about some news and things that have been going on recently with Gearbox and some Borderlands stuff. And that is in regards to Matthew Armstrong, which, if you haven't been brought up to speed, has recently left Gearbox. And he was the creator of Borderlands 1 and 2. Now, what exactly does this mean for the future of Borderlands games? When Matthew was leaving, he said that it was, there really wasn't going on too much with the Borderlands right now, and that it would be a nice time for him to leave. And he's looking forward to new adventures, which, I'm looking forward to whatever Matthew decides to take on as his next career path. More power to him, man. If he wants to move on to something different, by all means, move on to something different. Now, a lot of people have been sending me messages like, is this the end of all Borderlands content? Is this the end of Borderlands in general? And when I first heard this news, I was like, that's not exactly a good sign. Let's be honest here. We don't really know much about Borderlands 3. We don't know much about the Borderlands installment, and this kind of news isn't exactly the best thing that you want to hear right now. But then I really started getting to think about, does Borderlands really need this to continue on and continue being the best game ever? I mean, we all enjoyed ourselves some Borderlands 2. Hell, I've been playing the damn game for nearly 3 years now, or however long it's been out. It's been out for a very long time. But let's take a look at the pre-sequel. Obviously, the pre-sequel was not a fan favorite, right? Not everyone was like, yes, this is the next Borderlands 2. But instead, there's a lot of issues with it. The combat flow didn't feel right. The general story flow wasn't really there. But it could be workable. It was doable. And Matthew didn't really have a strong influence on that game. But it didn't really say that he had a strong influence on the Claptrap DLC either. And the Claptrap DLC, when I tweeted Randy, was also a 2K Australia production, which 2K Australia has also been shut down. So that's not a good sign. Obviously, the pre-sequel did not pull in that much of a profit, but I'm really thinking about the pre-sequel. The DLC, the Claptastic Voyage, was really nice. And if we had gotten that for DLC, if we gotten that for a main campaign, then the pre-sequel honestly would have been perfectly fine, right? The story for it was good for a first playthrough. It just didn't incentivize you to keep playing because the end game was not very good. And the Claptastic Voyage kind of remedies that a little bit. And Matthew didn't really have a strong influence on that DLC from what I have looked around at. This makes me think that potentially that the future of Borderlands will be alright. In addition, I've been going through a little bit of their, videos, and they have been going on to say that they really want to make Battleborn their next Borderlands. And I'm honestly looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a lot of games, most notably The Division. For those who've probably heard news about that, The Division is looking to be one of my next biggest projects that I'm going to be working on. But, they've got Battleborn, and they've got potentially this Borderlands 3 that they're going to be working on. And it is sad to see someone that has been working with the franchise for so long move on, but honestly, sometimes you just have to move on. Sometimes you gotta move on to something different. Kind of like how Adam moved on to Orcs Must Die and things like that. For those who don't know, Adam was a PR guy? I don't remember his exact title. Adam, I love you. Magic Adam. I love you, Magic Adam. Don't you? Yeah. But, is this exactly the end of Borderlands? Does it have to be Matthew that helps with the making of Borderlands 2? Because Borderlands is not a single person thing. Not even close. It's a bunch of different people bringing a bunch of ideas together. That's how any game is. And I'm really looking forward to potentially having a fresh spin on Borderlands. I mean, let's take a look at the pre-sequel again. This was a different spin on Borderlands. And I honestly, truly feel like the pre-sequel was a test. It was an experiment to see what makes a good Borderlands game. What needs to be in a Borderlands game to make this good? And that's what I feel like the pre-sequel was. It was an experiment. And they found out from that experiment that what it needs is some strong endgame, a lot of loot, unique loot, and, just wacky off-the-wall things that don't really make much sense. It doesn't need to make sense. And that's why I think the Claptastic Voyage did so well, is because it just works, man. I don't know. What do you all think about this? How many of you think that we're going to potentially get something good out of this? I like to always look at the positive side of things, even though, my initial reactions really aren't that great. But I like to think that potentially, some positive things can come out of this. Maybe Battleborn will be good. And because I honestly, I don't like saying something is going to be bad until I actually see it. For example, a lot of people were saying that the expansion pack was going to be bad. It ended up being one of the best DLCs that I ever played. So, how do you all feel about this? Do you think that this could potentially give us a new... Do you think this could give us a new look on Borderlands? Do you think it's ripped forever? How you feeling about Battleborn? What are your thoughts on all of these things? Let me know in the comments section below. I honestly feel like this could potentially be a good thing. Maybe get a fresh look at Borderlands. Ooh, plasma cannon. Oh no, it's a Tamiya. Oh man. TDR grip. No, bad grip. Good sight. Bandit exhaust. Ugh. And slag. Sorry. Getting sidetracked there. But, yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions on how exactly you feel about this. Thank you all for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, all that good stuff. Don't forget to subscribe for future videos, and I'll catch you all in the next one, everybody. Later.